The Boy in the Basket. In a distant land called Egypt, there lived a people called the Hebrews, who were forced to work as slaves for the Pharaoh. The king of Egypt feared that the Hebrew people would become too numerous and powerful, so he gave a terrible order: all Hebrew baby boys were to be thrown into the Nile River. But a woman named Jochebed had a very special baby. When she looked at her son, she saw that he was beautiful and knew that God had a plan for him. So, she hid the baby for 3 months. When she could no longer hide him, Jochebed had an idea. She made a small basket out of reeds, coated it with tar to make it waterproof, and placed the baby inside. Carefully, she placed the basket in the Nile River among the reeds and asked her daughter, Miriam, to watch from a distance. The small basket floated gently down the river, swaying on the water. Meanwhile, Pharaoh's daughter went to the river to bathe. Suddenly, she saw the basket among the reeds and said to one of her servants, "Bring that basket to me." When she opened the basket, the princess saw the baby crying. With her heart touched, she said, "This must be one of the Hebrew babies. I will raise him as my own son." Miriam, who was watching everything, ran to the princess and asked, "Shall I call a Hebrew woman to nurse the baby for you?" The princess agreed, and Miriam ran to call Jochebed, the baby's own mother. When Jochebed arrived, the princess said, "Take this baby and care for him for me. I will pay you for your help." Jochebed took the baby home and raised him for a while. When he grew a little older, Jochebed took him back to Pharaoh's daughter. The boy was adopted by the princess and went to live in the palace, where he was given the name Moses, which means, drawn out of the water. Moses grew up to become a strong and righteous man. Little did he know that God had a great plan for his life. He would become the deliverer of the Hebrew people and lead them out of slavery in Egypt. And so, the story of Moses teaches us that God cares for his children and has special plans for each of us, even in the midst of difficulties. The end.